The name kind of says it all. It's hydraulics. We have really this is our third or fourth year to be presenting content like this, and we've kind of learned along the way. So it definitely has some tips and tricks, some how-tos. And when I say tips and tricks, I mean like we try to open it up for a discussion and let other people kind of tell us what their problems are, and then let us kind of say, okay, well, if you were to call in, this is what we would tell you. Because a lot of times people have the same problems and they don't even realize it. So on hydraulics specifically, though, there's just a few things that Derek could probably point out, that maybe just one, because he talks a lot. So maybe just one thing that you could point out that you feel like is something that we talk about really heavily in the presentation that a lot of people ask you.
Well, let me give a backstory on this. So we put together a presentation called Drilling Basics. Now, it is in the form of drilling basics as we're going to basically teach you how to drill. It was all of these small little, I guess, subgroups of technical mini topics that we would allow people to choose. So sort of, okay, we're here to present. Katie's going to be your cruise director. This is what qualifies us to talk to you. We put a thing about hydraulics in there, and I like this story because she was like, I don't think we should put it in here. And I have like 2 good ideas in like 15 years. And I said, I think people might like it. She goes, okay, well, we'll try it.
And I did not want to talk about hydraulics. I was like, that sounds
nobody
painful,
wants to talk about hydraulics.
And I remember him saying to me, like, listen, the hydraulic system on these drilling rigs are the most important because they are the most expensive piece of that drilling rig. And when you have problems with your hydraulics, you will spend a lot of money. And that kind of got me tuned into, okay, I can see why this is relevant. And after we gave that presentation a few times, I said the fated words, you were right. Hydraulics is the topic to talk about.
Can't hear that enough. Right. Yeah. So the then we realized, and I'm kind of this guy that's like, okay, well, that's great. No, she's like, no. We need to do a whole presentation now on hydraulics. And so that's where this has sort of come. We gave it for the first time this summer at one of the Kansas meetings. And it basically what we're trying to do is I want people to walk away with more knowledge and understanding of their specific hydraulic system. It's hard to do in a big room with a lot of people. So we do, as Katie mentioned, hit on some basic system design components that are across all drilling rigs. And the whole theme that we want people to do is it's not as complicated as you think. If you can understand it better than you do right now, not only can you maintain it properly, avoid some costly repairs and downtime, you can also help expedite the troubleshooting and repair process. If you are more knowledgeable, then you more knowledgeably can describe what's going on, because a lot of that happens over the phone. A lot of that may happen with some video interaction with the technology that we have today. But let's be clear. Most of the people in our industry don't embrace technology. And that includes me, right? That does. So with all that said, we really do sort of teach them some basic open loop, closed loop system, some terminology. We talk about how valves actually work and why they work the way they work. And then we give some troubleshooting tips on if something's not happening right, here are the areas that you need to go check, and this is how you would go check those areas.
Yep. And we keep the schematics to a minimum.
We do, yeah. All the squiggly lines, which scare everybody, and it's really difficult in a big room because of the resolution and the depth of the throw of the projector. So we do sort of zero in on sort of one tiny little subsystem and say, okay, what's going on here is, the flow's going this way, it's going into this valve. There's a relief that allows it to come over here. If your input, you're turning and nothing's happening, or you're on a joystick and nothing's happening, this is what you may zero in on and look at. And I would say that 80% of all rig problems are hydraulically related. It's truly that high. 20% may be the remaining 20 may be If it isn't a compressed air rig, it will be compressed air problems. We teach that as well. Yeah.